there were a lot of different exhibitions on mummies this last, what we can say, maybe this last 20 years. And most of them bring something different to the study of mummies. I think these different steps led us to this exhibition, and there are going to be plenty others afterwards. But what is interesting is that the technology brings something different each time. But now it's even more interesting to look at what is inside the mummies. And with the CT scans and with the visualization, we managed to have absolutely amazing images. And I think that's a kind of little revolution in the world of mummies and in the world of exhibition, because you're going to see the exhibition later, and you can see that you can interact with the mummies, you can discover by yourself, and you can see some details which are absolutely not possible to see, which were not possible to see in the past. I think the technology is the big part, but we really tried, and it would be interesting to see what is your point of view. We really try to use the technology for something and not just use it for itself. And I hope it works, because we use technology for different things. For example, we 3D printed some of the objects which are still inside the mummies. So we really try to bring something different. During the preparation of the exhibition, we had a lot of unexpected discoveries. And it's really difficult to point at one or two of them. I would say that some of the really amazing discoveries we had belongs to what we've been able to discover inside the mummies. For example, one of them still has a small tool inside the skull, probably used by the embalmers when they tried to remove the brain inside the skull, and they broke a small part of the tool they used for that. And that's completely unique, because we have tools like that, but we never managed to link them to mummification practices. So in this case, it's inside, we know it was used for that. So it's that kind of small discoveries which can create some links between the collection, for example, and what we discovered about the mummies themselves. I think mobility is important in general, because I'm from Geneva, and in Geneva there are Egyptology. You can study Egyptology at university, there is a museum, but it's still a small world, and you need to go somewhere else, try to a bit open your eyes to what is done somewhere else, because the way you look at Egyptology or any kind of field is different according to the people you meet. And I think is the thing is just to meet as many people as you can and try to listen to how they see things and how they understand things, and it can just help you to develop your knowledge and your way to perceive Egyptology in this case. So it's difficult for me to really compare. And it's funny, because here in the British Museum, almost everybody comes from somewhere else. I'm not sure there's somebody who really studied here. But in Geneva, we are really focused on languages. So we do hieroglyph, hieratic, demotic, Ptolemaic, and now Coptic. So it's really focused on that, and I think it's very good, but at the same time you lose a bit all the backgrounds, and you have to do that on your own, which can be the strengths of other universities, and probably here at University College there are much more of archaeology and much more trying to see the civilization as a whole and not just the language. I have the structure of language, and here, for example, I learned just to look at objects and try not to um, try to get all to get all the context out, and just to get all the things just by what I see, and that's something you learn in museums, for example. Is just forget about where the object is supposed to come from. The object is supposed to date. You just look at the object and try to get the solution by yourself. And that's something very good with museum, because you very, very easily come across objects when the database says something, but it's completely wrong, and you have to tell yourself every time you look at one object, is that really true? Except if it comes from an archaeological context, that's hard.